Awesome. So we just came up with, we love that Debbie was suggesting that we do something to kind of get everybody more involved on the page. That's the 42 people that are in that do more in 2024, give them more ownership of the Facebook group. So it's not just, only those of us that were kind of helping organize it to be the people posting, but everybody have some ownership. And then Christy just came up with, I don't know why I said Cindy, that's weird. Christy came up with something that she does on our team the last day of the month where it's a brag flag and it's big or small, we celebrate it all. And she was saying she'll do those on Friday, and have it scheduled out so that people can always, whatever they want to celebrate, but it gives people more time to be owning their successes, sharing things out there, and get a conversation going with those people that we're going to spend that weekend with in January.
Plus, I think that another element to that is because everybody's going to share something different. There might be topics in there where I'm like, oh my God, I got to make sure I connect with her and ask her about XYZ. And maybe, everybody's like connecting with her over XYZ. And we're like, hey, do you want to present XYZ in January? Like,
right.
I love that. I think it'll give us good intel. It'll give us presenters for sure. And I think those people who are really engaged in the group are the ones we're going to want to ask anyway to be a part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And it'll give people chances to shine that maybe have never been, never at conference been able to talk, but they have a great tip or something like that, or, points to make. So one of the things that we talked about, I'll just kind of throw this out. So we know people are coming in probably January 4th. So January 4th is just the happy hour. We thought this could be what the layout could be, or the schedule could be. On Thursday, the 4th, have the happy hour as kind of our kickoff of let's all meet at the hotel for the happy hour. Have one icebreaker where maybe we've put people in groups of 4, I think is what Adrienne, you were suggesting. And then we have something that they can be working on so that they get to know each other better. And then have some open time, just getting to know you. And then that would be open time, people can go off on their own for dinner or whatever they want. And maybe even set their intention of what they're looking for. But that icebreaker was open time to get to know each other and set the intention. And then for Friday, breakfast is provided. Then we had talked about, I have a bingo icebreaker, just getting everybody up and moving where they're meeting people. And then maybe even not just sit with your friends, but maybe sit with whoever your last person is that you're standing with. Remind people of the expectations that this is not a TS sanctioned event, and that we are all here to grow together, learn together, and just refill our buckets as we start close out the end of this catalog season, prepare for the new catalog season, and move forward. And then that's all I wrote down so far. And then I had something about breaks and text a tip. That's what so I don't know.
Yeah, I think we were talking about actually having them do action items on our breaks, instead of,
yes.
Or even scheduled time of actual action. If we do a host-a-thon, I think you were talking about, Kelly, if we were trying to get our teams to host, since it's the beginning of January, to build up January and February. I think that's what that was about. And then the thing on the room, so it looked like most people said yes. I don't know if we did our math right on the 125, but so Rachel did right because she actually does banquets at Hilton. So she's going to see if they will give her any discount. So hopefully we will have the rooms, but should I just I guess with the 4 of us, and I think one other person said yes, that'd be $200 a person without anything. Do you think I should just book it? Or what are we thinking?
I think we should book it.
I think so too. Yeah, I think so too, because you just don't know if it's going to book up, and we'd be better off just having it taken care of. And then,
then if we ask for donations, then I can just send money back. If we just do it all via Venmo or whatever, but, okay. Then Rachel's waiting for an answer just to see if her being an employee at Hilton would give her a discount. And if so, then she'll book it and we can work that out. But That's the only thing I'm waiting on. And then I guess we'll just book that room.
Yeah. And that's going to be for Friday?
Well, if we did, so at 200 a person, it was only $500 a day. So that was for both days. So we would have it Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it would be I'm guessing it was $500 a day. I don't know if that includes tax and stuff. So that's what I mean. I'm guessing that would be like $1,100, $1,200 tops for both days.
Okay.
So, that's why I was like, I just feel like we should, make that decision. So we have the room.
Yes. I definitely think we should have the room for both days.
And I like that because then, you know how when you go to, like we did at Pathways, and I think they do it at Leadership too, or not Leadership, EAC, where we have the big sticky sheet pads. Well, they did it at the Diamond Retreat.
The parking lot.
Like have those and yeah.
I think we had talked a little bit about that too. Like as you have ideas or thoughts, put them there and then, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about having them put their biggest takeaways from each day. So the next day we could kind of point out to like what's working, because like you said, Kelly, this is going to be a lot about them deciding what's best, like them taking away what they need to take away too. It's going to be their input, just like our team members, the more they do, the more they're going to walk away with, I think. So.
And I think it would be good at every table, and we switch it up morning and then afternoon to have a discussion question. I mean, sometimes the best learning is just hanging around, sitting and, chatting about things. And if every table is different, when you get together, at the end of the day with Susie Q, who sat at table 1, you can, oh my God, did you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think that could be beneficial too.
I agree. And I think that goes along with what we said too, that the more people that get to know other new people, like the more engaged you are with the company and moving forward, you have more people to contact and who to talk to and, pair up and buddy up, to have accountability partners and stuff.
I took those one year from HQ at the end of conference. When it was in Cincinnati, they had the table tents up, like conversation things out in the hallway. I was like, are you going to throw those away? They're like, yeah. So I just they said I could have them. So some of those might be even I kept them. Maybe I could look at those and see if there's any like good talking points. I mean, not all of them were leader based, but so I'll look and see if I still have those. I mean, I'd have to update them because they have the theme of conference, but what were you going to say, Debbie? I think were you?
I was just being a little silly in my mind. Musical chairs. I don't want people sitting with their friends. Like,
so what if we just number them and I mean, because when we would come into Diamond Retreat, they always had us sitting next to, we didn't get to pick our seats. So why don't we pick their seats? I mean, you can just draw them out of the hat or whatever to put them.
Or if we just had tents, well, that's extra thing. So I was gonna say, even
just have them number off.
Yeah.
Stand number off 1, 2, 3, 4, and then ones go here, 2's here, 3.
I love that because I do
too.
And if we do that in the morning and we do it after lunch,
yeah,
we sit with somebody different, and maybe we don't just line up and count off that way. Maybe we make a big circle on one day and throw them off. I just think it's important to mix people up. You learn so much more.
And I feel so. And let me just pause the recording for a second. Okay. I just wanted to double check people.
Yeah, no, everybody looks normal.
Normal. So do we want to put I know, because Adrian, I think you're so smart in saying like these 3 months are going to fly by. Do we put what do most people want to learn most about, or do we just plan it all ourselves and say this is what we're talking about? I mean, I really do think that if we get buy-in from them of what they really need,
Yeah.
Or did we already do that?
I mean, to me, I feel like there's 4 main things that we have to do over and over and over and over.
Booking,
selling
and onboarding,
selling, sponsoring, and leader development. Yeah. So even if we divide our days that morning is booking, afternoon is, sponsoring, then sales the next morning, and then leader development or whatever route we want to do it. I mean, I like having them buy in, but then I'm also like, you'll still get people going, well, they didn't talk about, I mean, we're still gonna, no matter what you do, there's gonna be people who are like, well, you should talk about that or that. But I feel like our business is based on 4 things, and we just
4
do
pillars
them.
of our business.
I feel like this is buy-in for them joining because they loved the thing that we did in June. They loved it.
Yeah.
Because they were hearing from actual people
Yeah. Not
in the
HP.
trenches.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
ready and they want to hear more, is how I just figured.
Yeah.
On here under that survey that we had, when we asked them what they felt their top 3 strengths are in their leadership business, only one said, and that was Lisa Cowan, that she's a technology guru and uses it to create systems to track team and clients. She was the only one who has something like that. So, maybe she can, and nobody checked that box. Nobody, this one was, I deliver consistent team communications. There's Susie Mann, Gloria Greiner, Tammy Easterling, Carrie Blake, Angie, and Rachel Downs, like people that aren't us,
Right.
Maybe it could be a panel of 3 people or something.
And then they just talk together and figure, safety in numbers.
Panels are good too, because then the 3 of them have to get together beforehand and discuss what it's going to look like, who's going to talk about what. I think that's just like, of course we can guide them. And like, again, if we have 4 panels, 1 for each one, and then we have a diamond leader that's overseeing each panel just to be on the calls and guide them in a direction. I mean, maybe that's the way we do it.
And so when I was asking them for their strengths, when we had sorry, I'm looking at the computer, but talking to you guys. When we had asked them what their strengths were, the second poll was going to be, what are areas of opportunity that we were going to ask them? So if 40 of the 42 people say, I want to learn how to keep tabs on my team, or whatever, like what are areas of opportunity? We were going to ask that poll so that we make sure we matched up people who had strength in those areas to talk about those things. Do we want to do the poll now before everybody starts getting so busy?
I think so.
I think, I agree.
Because I think if in the next, week or 2, we could have our panels picked for the 4 things we want to really focus on, then they have 3 months to get together. One of us oversees each one. I mean, I just think to make sure the content's there and that there won't be any, and I'm sure there won't, but like, make sure nobody's going to get up there and be like, only do online parties, don't do anything else, or, whatever, you know what I mean? Just like,
only
make sure that they're keeping an open mind too. Yeah.
So what are the areas of opportunity that we want to start them out and then they can add their own? Like Adrian, what is an area of opportunity that you want to get a little stronger on that week?
I say onboarding.
Like, you mean asking them that in the poll?
Well, I'm going to ask us right now to start, and then they can add on, maybe who said onboarding? Kelly. Maybe like 7 people say onboarding. Well, then we know we need to find somebody who's strong in sponsoring to be on that panel for onboarding. And then if, Lisa Burns says, I need help with blah, 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 she can write that. And if there's a bunch of people who resonate with that.
What about
I think like,
go ahead, Adrian.
I was going to say team goal setting for me is one that I think that like how to get people's whys and get them really focused on a goal, especially I'm saying this to you guys, not out there, but especially without the trip.
Yeah, that totally has been a game changer, and not in a good way. Not to be negative, but
Adrian, would you say that's a monthly, a quarterly, or an annual? Like, how do you want? I always do mine quarterly and then break it down monthly based on my quarter. So maybe just put team goal setting is an
Yeah,
area.
I think that's all good information, is like basically maybe you need to start your team with an annual goal, break it down quarterly, break it down. I just know I know personally, I get lost. Like they say they want something, I think they're working on it, and then I look and I'm like, whoa, they're not even close. Like keep just tracking it and keeping up with it and how people do that. I just feel like that's somewhere that maybe I could use some help when you're asking me personally, is just that, like, I'm just one of those, when I have a goal, I just do it. So it's hard for me to understand like how to help someone else that doesn't have that just natural, like if I want something, I go get it. Like how you foster that and, keep bringing that to the forefront, I guess.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep. And I'm going to start with the 4 of us and put those 4 in, and then ask the other 38 women to put their area of opportunity. And, maybe bunch do have goal setting as one of their 3 things they're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay. So Christy.
That's mine, they all know what they want individually, but they need to come together and work together team wise to meet that goal. Like, so
So
getting
that culture, building the culture,
Yeah. Yeah.
building a team culture that is moving in the same direction and not all different directions.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
Not
even
just
too,
about
I-
me. It's not just about them as me. It's working with everybody.
Right. Well, and they're all leaders who are going to be there. So
Just so they know. But I mean, or you know what I mean. They probably feel it too at
I
some
wonder-
point.
And I think that goes with like
I
we don't
feel
talk
like
about the
I'm
money.
frustrated with them because they don't look at the bigger picture. They're too busy focusing on just themselves, that kind of thing.
you're not an island,
You're frozen.
not an island. You're part
You
of
there? Okay. You all
Yeah.
froze, and I
You
felt like
frozen too.
you all were just like, and I was like, am I that bad?
No, we could hear you, but you were frozen too.
Yeah, because I was actually saying, like Christy, along with that, like I think we don't talk about the money enough, and so people are afraid to talk about, we have to work together to promote because they think it's about them. But if you're promoting, they're promoting, and everybody's making more money. But like I really feel like we've, as a company, shied away from talking about the money, but nobody goes and gets a job at the bank and goes, oh, I don't care what you pay me. I just want to make as much money as I can. I mean, that's just not the way it works.
And then you're like, oh, well, what am I going to be paid?
Right. We want to know, we got to know how to show them the money, because that's, whether you're doing it for the fun or like whatever, the money's still part of it.
I love the show me the money idea. Like, how could that be worked in, like.
Hey, I'm from the show me state.
Yeah.
I can use that.
I love it. I love it. Well, I have this sitting here. This actually is a chart that Jen Briggs made. Remember this? I don't know.
Yep.
Debbie, she made this and she talked to her team about it, but it was like, how to get what you want? How much money do you want to make a month? And it was like, you know what? Why in the world doesn't HQ have this chart out making so much sense? Like, this is like a conversation that like every leader can have with new people coming on, instead of, oh, well, you got these opportunities, here's all the income path, but here's the nitty gritty. This is what you can make when you do this. Do you want this or do you want this? Or what speaks to you? Where are you going with it? So.
Well, that's like why I changed my recognition around, and we're all these gems, because I used to do, the 10%, 15%, 20%, blah, blah, blah. Well, when you get to 40%, I could have sold 3,001 and Kelly sold 9,001. So for people who are, and I don't want to say competitive, but they like to, see their name in specialty lights, I created the different gems, and there's 3 other gems that, like, there's a 4,000, a 5,000, and a 6,000 gem. Some people just like that. They like to see, yeah, anyway. So for the poll to get us,
Debbie, what's yours? What's your poll?
oh,
Froze up again.
I froze.
No, I think it's Christy. Christy, I think you're freezing.
Hello.
Christy, you're freezing, not us.
I'm
You're there.
gonna chat her.
Yeah, you're there, Christy. Can you hear us?
I can hear you, but I don't see you moving.
Oh, I see you.
yeah.
Okay.
All
all
right.
right.
What's yours?
Mine is how to delegate and keep the team moving forward. Like as a leader, you don't have to do it all. So how do you
Yes.
empower other people to want to be leaders and act like a leader even before they are a leader?
Right.
Mhm.
So
So-
all of those things that we were saying, I mean, can fit under what like Adrian said about the, like I just said, 4 pillars: booking, sponsoring, sales, leader development.
Yeah.
If you took an afternoon or a morning or afternoon session and that was that whole session, then people could be plugged in to talk, either panel discussions or a one-on-one, you know,
Yeah.
like, for example, sales, if Lisa Cowan is great at, you know, a guru at, you know, the
Project broadcast.
project broadcast, and that she's making her income from that because her son is so involved in his sports. Well, let's hear from her, you know, or hear from a couple people. I mean, do you agree
I
with
feel like though, even when we're doing something like project broadcast, you're going to have to make sure that we explain there are other ways because you're
not
asking
everyone
them to
has it.
buy into something that we don't have. So
Right.
I would make sure we say what it's doing that's causing her success. Cause like I do it with my Google Calendar. So I just think
Right.
you want to make sure that like we're not focusing on a program that they're going to have to leave and pay for and learn. I mean, we can bring it up, of course, because people might
Yeah.
want to do that, but there's some people, you know.
Right.
Well,
and if
and that's where a panel could be good, because like you could be on there saying how you do it. She could share how she does it. And then if there's a person that does it in a different way, each person could come with opportunity, you know,
Right,
how
right.
they could do it.
And I wonder if it would be smart to leave some open time. So like, and because like, this is what you know, like if somebody were to all of a sudden be like, oh, project broadcast asking a million questions and half of our audience isn't going to get it. And they're just talking about project broadcast. Like, I wonder if we need to leave time so people could go up to Lisa and say, she's going to talk about project broadcast over there. Or maybe one of the sessions we do just do breakouts from things that people are really interested in. Because again, like Debbie said, I think sometimes like I wouldn't want to talk about it because I'm still waiting to find out if we're going to do something with TS Central because I already have mine figured out. But if somebody's over here talking about team building, I'm gonna go there. You know what I mean? So maybe like allowing people that extra time for things that might not be related to everyone, like or Pinterest or Facebook or Zoom parties. I mean, we could have, you know, like
It would be good
specialties
if
in
we
that
could
too.
like base breakout sessions on Saturday based on things we learned on Friday, but I'm afraid it would be too like short notice to.
But it also could be where at night sitting over happy hour or going to dinner, Christy's talking about XYZ and I'm like, oh my God, I got to join you for dinner tonight, you know, like, or just sitting in the lounge having a drink and she's just bringing it up.
Which, I mean, that's how this was born. We were all just in that flop,
Yeah.
whatever it was, and
Yeah.
a little too much wine. And
maybe that's it. Maybe we just say, you know, when we leave, when we break for happy hour again, we just say, you guys, I challenge you. If somebody said something up here that really resonated with you and you want to know more, go grab that person. Like, let's not make this go sit with your friends, in your room at night and talk. Use this to network with other people.
Right.
That's exactly the way it should be, Adrian. That's exactly what should happen. Yeah.
I like that.
So if I start with these little things that we came up with as areas of opportunity, sorry, I don't know if you guys can see this. I sent out my holiday helper text a little bit ago and everybody's responding back. So if you see me swiping up, I'm removing the thing, which reminds me, did you get it, Christy?
I did.
Okay. All right.
Am I supposed to do something?
I don't know why I can't get your project broadcast, Debbie. I'm so mad. I don't know why it won't come through my text messages.
I don't know.
I don't ever either get them. But I can see it other ways, but
I don't think I have you on that, Kelly, the holiday helper one, but Kelly birthed the name.
you're sweet.
like it.
You often tell me that I've done things that I have not done, but you're very kind.
Oh, yeah.
I give you we chatted up and then you go, oh, that will work. And then, but you're so kind to me. Thank you. Thanks for giving me credit.
I'm gonna put this poll up. Number one, when should I do it? And number two, I feel like I should put our areas of opportunity we just talked about as like a guide, but please add something you really want to improve, an area of opportunity for you, add more, so that will help us too. So when should we put this up?
I mean, I say we do it now.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to add to that list though, is because I think in general for everybody is everyday sponsoring.
Yeah. I'm terrible.
Yeah. Every day.
They're all waiting for $19.99 and I'm like, just sponsor anytime.
Yeah, all the time.
I told my team that today on my Making Money Live. I was like, and just so you know, if you have anybody, this is the last week for $19.99. If they wait till Sunday, then they're going to have to pay the $49. But like, it's not a big deal. You either get it, cheaper, or you just do it on Sunday at $49. Either way is fine.
I'd rather it be the
Yeah.
49 because
And they're actually going to work.
you have more buy-in.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know. You get some
Sometimes
good.
I kind of wish our business blast off kit was more appealing to get a few kidnappers, because some of my best people have been kidnappers that gave me 90 days. And if people want to buy it because the kit's so wonderful, then that gives me 90 days to turn them into something.
That's a good way to look at it. I love that.
Not even something that somebody would want to kidnap these days. And that's an opportunity lost. Anyway, that's just my opinion.
So we're going to do that post out there right
I'll
now.
put it out tomorrow because today's
Fine.
Monday and Mondays aren't good to post, but I'll put it out there, say tomorrow late in the day, or should I do it? Do you think more people are working during the day, or do you think and I should put it at night, or do you think I should do the 6 a.m. one?
I would
Maybe-
just do 6 a.m. and tag it at
Okay.
everyone, because
Yeah.
then they'll, whenever they get a chance. And I think the more people that respond, it's going to pop up. So if we automatically vote for the one that we said, you know what I mean? It's going to throw it up to the top of people's things.
Well,
More,
it's funny you say that, Adrian, because are you all on my team page? I don't know who's all on my team page, but I made a graphic up. You know, the one that says how many words can you get out of Tastefully Simple, right? And I put it on my team page, and I have where you could only respond one at a time, and then you had to wait for somebody else to respond. And it's been going for over a week. They keep posting words because it just keeps it in front of them. And that was really a good, I don't know what you want to call it, but way to have them keep coming back to the team page, and they keep seeing it. And I thought, well, that might be something fun that we could do in October with this group, just to keep them engaged and coming back, So
It feels like there's a lot of people in there though when I go over there, or is it just really mostly the same people?
let me look at the insights.
She's so good. Let me look at the
I
insights.
know, I'm like, insights. I didn't
I
even
know. Somebody on my team was asking me.
I
I'm
told her
like,
I want to be her when I grow
I
up.
want
and
to put you in touch with
further-
Debbie Kimball. She knows all about the analytics and the details of the insights.
Yeah, our popular days are Mondays. Well, that's because we usually post something on a Monday. Popular time is like 5 o'clock
At night or in the morning?
at night. Yeah, we have 43 active members, and at any given time, about 30 of them are seeing our posts
That's really amazing.
and engaged in it. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
So we just got to figure out how to get more. Here's this person, maybe Adrian knows. Come on, computer. This person who requested to join Adrian, none of the three of us know who she is. And why isn't it coming up on my computer? It's not coming up on my computer. Kelly or Christy, who was that person? Maybe Adrian knows them. Who wants to join this group?
Shoot, hold on. That was some kind of drunk karaoke. Wait a minute. me 1 second. And I'll
Okay.
tell you, I'm getting there. All right. It is Laura Hull.
I don't know.
It says leader at Tastefully Simple and bronze leader at Tastefully Simple. But the mutual friend is Stephanie Snap, who is no longer a consultant. She quit. She came with initials.
Christy, is this woman under, like, on your third line or anything?
No, I've never heard of her.
Okay.
So maybe,
You're on mute, Adrian.
maybe I
just write her and ask her if she's planning on going to Tampa for the leader retreat and just see what she says.
Yeah, good point.
Um,
I didn't
Really?
know if that was my responsibility or not.
I nominate Christy.
Thanks. I'll do it right now.
I just pulled up our top contributors as of the last 28 days, which this could be kind of fun to do at the end of September. So our top 28 contributors, Kim DiCiaccio, Susie Mann, Rachel Downs, Holly Kohler, Ann Ponce de Leon, Gloria Greener, Lisa Burns, Angie Zaltowski, Melissa Obradovic, and Lisa Cowan. That might be kind of fun to post the top 10.
Yeah.
I would.
That's really fun. Could that go along with the brag flag?
Yeah.
maybe
maybe
Oh,
we'll-
yeah.
So
You want me to
If-
put that
if
in the
Christy
brag?
posts the brag flag and then Debbie goes, look at these top 10 people who have contributed to the group. I'm going to brag on them. Like, yeah, I love
I
that.
like that.
All right, I will wait till the first
so-
one.
Back up to brag flag Friday, just so I don't do it every Friday. It'd be good to hear from other people. I'll do the first one and then you guys can copy and paste and do it the next week.
Yeah.
Take
Okay.
a turn every Friday. So they hear from different, because they already hear from me like every Monday.
No,
I don't want
I'm
to. And I mean, I don't,
on Tuesdays, so.
yeah, I mean, I don't care, but like, it'd be good to like, Debbie's laughing at me.
Oh, no, you
Take
just
turns.
made me think of something.
What?
I have 6 posts scheduled. The one for tomorrow night is that word scramble game.
Look,
Right.
I'll be honest, this morning I was like, what am I gonna do? I don't even know. Maybe I'll just put, it's Monday, drink your coffee. That's about how I felt.
Show me your coffee cup.
I pulled that one out of my behind. I'll just tell you that.
That's funny. Is there anything else that we want to talk about with the actual planning of this, or do we want to just leave with that post out there and then we follow back up with each other like in a week, 2
Yeah,
weeks?
I say we,
We
schedule.
gotta get on this soon, so.
I say if we schedule one more call in like a week or two, maybe 2 weeks, just so Debbie can get answers. We can see who else is being active on the group. And
Yeah.
then we just start putting our panels together. And hopefully by then I'll have the rooms booked from Rachel and we can just move forward with like an agenda. And I mean, like those top 10 people that Debbie said, I mean, I think, if we look again in 2 weeks, like even if you wrote those names down, Debbie, and look again in 2 weeks, and if it's the same, pretty much the same 10, I think those are the people we go to and say,
Yeah.
hey, where do you think you could contribute? And then I like the panel idea because like you said, you're getting people together, you're getting multiple different perspectives, and like it's not on one person to have to stand up there and feel like, oh God, it's all on me. If I don't talk right about sponsoring, then it's terrible for everybody,
Yeah.
It's more laid back and this is not a TS sanctioned event. This is if I show up in my jeans and a tastefully t-shirt, I am totally dressed appropriate and I'm just up there like relaxed having a chat with 40 of my taste buds. Like I don't have to be nervous or anything, and polished and rehearsed and
Right.
I think more of the fun and the good things come out of those panels anyway, because they are more
Interactive.
and they can bounce off each other. So
Yeah. And it takes the pressure off of all of us too. That everybody's looking like, well, what are you presenting? Well, it's not just us. It's
Right.
the people who are also experts. We're all experts in something, else we wouldn't be doing this well in our businesses. We always have room that we can grow, but
Yeah.
everybody has something to contribute. So, and just when we're at a sanctioned event, they only, can see this small pool of people that they're like, oh, these are the people we'll talk to, when there really are so many more that have opportunities that, or instead, or not.
I do think that we need
They have abilities, that's what I'm trying to say, so.
the more opportunities that they have to just freely move around the room and chat, the better, because like think about Party Palooza, we're stuck and it's like
Sitting and sitting.
exhausting and tiring and you're just sitting.
One
Downtime, you talk things out with people. That's where the best stuff happens.
One time years ago at one of our Sunday quarterly meetings, I have to remember exactly how I did this, but this could be kind of fun. Everybody was lined up and we had a koosh ball and we went through the alphabet and you had to say something about
every time you talk, just saying, you freeze up.
Oh, sorry.
All right. No, you're good.
You're not
Go.
freezing up for us,
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
You're
well,
not-
you're
You're
not
not
freezing.
freezing up for me.
Yeah, I think it's just freezing up on Christie's.
Hey,
But it was fun. And then we also
It's
did,
freezing.
oh, where maybe when
I'm good. Go ahead.
What did you say about did you say the koosh ball, did they have to give a compliment, or what did they have to do?
They had to say something about themselves that started with the letter of the alphabet, and you had to pay attention. It was just kind of fun as the koosh balls were flying. But you could also do that with, your favorite part of leadership, or when you got the koosh ball, you had to say something about your leadership business, just something fun and unexpected, and you don't know who you're going to throw it to or who's going to get it, or I don't know, just that element of fun.
Right. Yep.
I like it. It reminds me of teaching in the classroom. You're taking me back.
And what you keep saying, Christy, too, is I was thinking too, it feels like conference goes for so long because we're sitting for so long. This doesn't have to be all like, it doesn't have to be drawn out. Like, this is what we're talking about for a while. And then we're going to take some breaks and, take the action, do an action item. Like if we have an action to do, spend the next 30 minutes or whatever working on that, or meet with a group of people that you want to talk about how to have those conversations of leader development with your team or building the culture. The next 30 minutes or 45 minutes, we're chatting it up, because that's the thing that's so annoying is when conference gives you time, here's 2 minutes, do it right now. And it's like, my brain doesn't function that fast. I need more time to just, and then talk to some people,
You want them to stretch and move around. Like, so when a panel is done, it's a great time to come up and, thank your taste buds and go up to the panel and, oh, thank you, Adrienne. Oh my gosh, that is such a brilliant idea that you had.
Or get in a circle and throw the koosh ball and say one thing that you took away from it.
Oh my gosh.
Love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Teacher.
But I do agree with that. I think we should allow a lot more allotted time to talk with people, because like you said, even when they say 2 minutes, we'll start talking at our table and finally getting into it. And then they're like, okay, so we're back up here. And it's like,
wait a second. Yeah.
And then
I
that
mean-
booking blitz that they did, I was like, are you freaking kidding me right now? How am I going to listen to them up there when I'm sitting here concentrating, sending messages out, trying to book a party?
I think that was Kim's kind of like challenge. Maybe that was a little rogue.
Phew.
Maybe it
Yeah.
wasn't.
well, and I think that we have to be aware of that too. If we're asking them to do something, we need to give them the right amount of time, and we need to know that some people aren't going to do it. They're going to sit there and try to talk to other people, but
Right.
we are all grown-ups. And again, like we can even say that, like, we're giving you this time. If you don't want to, just please be respectful of the people around you who are using this for booking or are using this to contact their teams, because there's going to be those people that are like, hopefully not many, because these are forward focused people, but you still have the people who need to be in a quiet office and can't, focus at that moment or whatever. But I think it's a great idea, because I feel the same way. I leave and I don't have any time to process or do anything. So then when I get home, I'm just overwhelmed, whereas if we give them time, do this right now, do that right now, hopefully they'll leave feeling like accomplished, instead of like, I have a 50 million to-dos and no time to do it.
Yeah, you go home and your family is there and you're back to regular life and then you haven't, I agree.
A couple of things just morphing into one. So we were talking about text tips, and then Christy was saying about throwing the koosh ball with what you just learned. So to combine all of that, so we're in a circle, we'll throw in the koosh ball, what you just learned, aha. Then you go sit down. Okay, text the aha you just had to at least 5 of your team members.
Yes.
So we're hearing everybody's takeaway, and you're like, oh yeah, I like that one too. Oh yeah, and then, okay, now you're going to have 10 minutes to go back to your table and text 5, or I don't know whatever it is, but text some team members what you just learned, or what your aha was. I just had to share this aha at my retreat. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, and what I love about that, Debbie, is we could even prep them. So like we could do, if we're talking about team, and then we say, I want you to write down the 5 people that are on your team that you think are the to-be leaders or whatever. And so they've already got a damn list. So now you got an aha. I don't want to hear that you don't know who to text because you just wrote down your 5 damn people. You know what I mean? And sorry, I like to cuss, but you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, there's no, because that's sometimes I feel like what Tastefully Simple does is they give us a something, but like you're too frazzled to think about it. But if we're like, take some time right now, as we're walking through leader development, we want you to have 5 or 10 names, whatever you feel.
5 middle of the bussers and 5 front of the bussers.
Right.
And is that something that they can do pre-work and bring with them, so they have everything at their fingertips, but they don't know what they're going to do with it?
That's not a bad idea as well.
I like it.
Like have them. Yeah. I mean, that would be great to have, like, look up your print off a list of your top 20 clients that order the most from you, print off a list of your, like you said, 5 middle of the road leaders and 5 going forward leaders. What else? We got bookings, like
Book sell,
print
sponsor,
off a list of your top 10 hosts. I mean, you could literally make them have homework for all 4 segments, and then we could just build on that. So they're actually getting shit done while we're there.
Yes. Yeah.
I do want to tell you, Adrian, that I saw something that said that my cuss words are the seasoned salt of my sentences.
Oh, I like that.
I know. I was like, how perfect is that?
And that would be good to know. That's an activity, a homework that can be done between Christmas and New Year's.
Yes.
Pre-work, yeah.
Fourth quarter. But after December 14th, when we're all on Christmas break, like that downtime between Christmas and New Year's, you can decompress and look on 2023. Who was your top 20 hosts? Who were your top 20 clients? Like,
and we could give them the step-by-step.
Yeah.
Go here, print this, click this. We could make a video and or step-by-step, and then you need to bring this with you.
Yeah. And they won't know what they're doing, but they will have it at their fingertips. And that's also another teaching skill of a system that we all have, that we do anyway, but maybe some younger leaders don't realize that, you should have the 100 women I want to work with, the 100 women I want to party with type of list going on.
Yeah.
So, okay. So a packing list based on the 4 pillars.
Love it. I love that.
Okay.
And then I think once we get the top things, like I said, if we set up a meeting in 2 weeks, then we get the top things. We put a diamond leader in charge of each one and look through your list of people who have been engaged and said what their strengths were, and try to pair a few panels up. And then we've got our basic agenda. And then each diamond leader is working with that panel and then coming up with, like Debbie said, like, so if we're doing bookings, you need to find your top 50 hosts or 20 hosts or however many we think is reasonable.
And you know what else I love about the panels and this whole vibe that we're doing is many people never have the opportunity to shine at Party Palooza and or leadership or whatever other. Now we only have one opportunity, and they never get the opportunity to shine, and yet they have such valuable information to share. So I'm loving this whole vibe of our retreat.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like it too.
Agree.
Totally.
All right, then. So when do we want to
Let me grab
have
my,
our next meeting?
Let me grab my calendar.
I'm thinking the week of the 9th, maybe. So it gives us 2 weeks.
yeah, I think that's good.
Yep. So what is today, Monday? Monday, the 9th? That's, do kids have off of school that day? Is that a problem for anybody? That's Columbus
Mine
Day?
still go to school, but I could understand where it could be. Mine still, they just have a late start.
Mine's here every day. He's been looking at me and giggling.
And I have none, so it doesn't matter to me, so I can do whenever.
I can do
Okay.
the 9th.
Okay. Noon Eastern Time Zone, is that good for everybody?
Same time.
Yeah,
Kelly, you want to set up the Zoom link?
I can do that. And I'll make this into like a video too that people can go back and watch if they want to catch up.
And I have it the right way this time. I had it at noon, but I'm central. So that's why I wasn't on right away.
That would explain it.
I wanted to be Eastern like you ladies.
I'm going to schedule for tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. the poll. I will start with our areas of opportunity and ask for each of them to share one or more areas of opportunity they have on that poll. That will give us a clue. And then, oh, excuse me, girls, when Christy is ready to do the Friday brag flag, love that.
It's funny.
Because this week is the end of September, so I'll be able to see who all our top 10 contributors were for September, which for those people who do competitive crap, that might make them want to, shout on things, in October. I don't know. I'm not that way, but people are. So I'll take care of those.
So,
All right, and I'll get the room thing situated.
remember-
Hopefully.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I'll get the room thing situated and let you guys know as soon as I've got it paid for, and then we'll figure out how we're doing that.
And
Yeah.
remember, like with the brag flag, some of us have to do like small ones to like overwhelming, that kind of thing.
perfect. Is it okay? Do you want me to wait to put the Zoom link out for the next one, or just go ahead and do it now and have it out there?
I'd do it now.
Yeah.
Get it
okay.
off your
Put some
plate.
on the calendar so they have time. Okay. Awesome. I'll do that. And then Adrian, I mean, I know it'll be a small group. Will they have a microphone or will we do anything like that or just talk?
I have no idea.
Okay.
So I don't know what'll come with that. So if we end up needing to get
Like a
some
karaoke.
sort of microphone and speaker, I mean, I've got a speaker. I don't know if I have if it has a mic thing. Cause like I bought my husband a nice speaker.
Caleb's
if I
got
can-
one with a microphone.
Yeah.
It's like a karaoke machine, but I mean, it
I was
doesn't
just
matter.
thinking about traveling with it though. I didn't think about that part. So,
Well, and maybe the hotel has a podium with a speaker. And if there's 40 people seated,
It shouldn't be too hard to hear, but I just didn't know.
They're gonna have to listen.
6 tables maybe. And we have it, have them, I think
And
it'll be okay.
I think it'll be fine.
it might come with stuff. I mean, that's what I have to find out. I just think we need a room no matter what.
Yeah,
So I'm
I
like,
agree.
even if it's bare and we have to go to the dollar store and buy dollar table covers or whatever, like, I feel like we could do bare minimum things, but like, I'll find out what all's included in the room. Like, are there tables? Are there chairs? How many tables? How many chairs at a table? I mean, we're going to have to know all that stuff. But right now I was just like,
I think
got to get a room.
I agree. Get a
And then
room.
we'll figure all that out.
Oh, here's Eileen.
The idea of having a room, and I had somebody else just joined.
Yeah.
I had a sneaky suspicion towards the end, more people are gonna say, oh, is there still availability? Is there still available? Because they're gonna hear the buzz about how excited people are getting as we start ramping up things.
Yeah.
So. Hey, Eileen.
Eileen, are you feeling
Hello.
better?
No,
Oh, bless your
Love
heart.
you.
I'm actually outside of a doctor's appointment waiting. So they gave me something to. I said I got a call, and so I came out to the car to get on the call because I've been waiting for over an hour to get on.
Oh wow. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bless your
Hey.
heart.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, and I got to get better because Ryan's going back to Cleveland Clinic on Wednesday for pre-op for surgical testing for the potential. It's the last phase before the full brain surgery. It's been crazy. And I'm
Yeah,
like, I can't be sick at Cleveland Clinic.
no,
Got to give me something.
yeah. We hope you feel better really soon and they can give you something.
Yeah, thank you.
So, do we want to just give her a quick rundown of the things that, or do we want to let her rest for a few?
Yeah, I would say rest and we can
Yeah.
send you the recording.
Yeah,
So we
recorded.
recorded.
Yeah. So there's a couple things that I had thoughts on
Okay.
Yeah.
that if you guys don't mind, it's
Yeah.
just what I'm getting feedback and where I'm at with some leaders
Okay.
is, like we have the Motivation Mondays and the different things. What if we started instituting Financial Fridays? And because I think that's the one thing people are afraid to talk about is the money.
That's
Money
funny you mentioned that.
income, because we talked about income.
Well, but you can't have income if you don't know how to financially have a business. So people get confused. And what I mean by Financial Fridays is more like tips on their bookkeeping because they're making money, but they don't see it because they're not bookkeeping properly. Or they're making income, or they could be making more income if there were financial tips preparing them. So this is just what I'm thinking. When I'm coaching some of my leaders and my team, I'm shocked at how many are there. I don't think it's a business mindset, and we've stopped calling, for so many things it's not a business until it becomes a business. And if we haven't talked about the financial aspects of a business up until that point, they're lost. And like we have the income disclosures, but like taxes, that's a big huge subject. But tax tips, like how are you recording your monthly stuff? How are you handling team gifts as a leader? Because some people are going and spending crazy amount on team gifts, and I say it's a percentage. This trip or this retreat itself is a business expense. It's an investment, and it goes against our income, but there's so many benefits to it financially, more than just being a business expense. So there's so many financial things to our business, and I really think our leaders need to hear more so they are more confident in their business.
Eileen, you want to head up Financial Friday?
I won't be able to for a few weeks, but we could be teasing about it, and I could put out teasers and just let the conversations flow, and share a little bit from my point of view. But I know, like, I'm by no means the expert in everything. I just think we use the word income, and there's so many parts of business, our business in particular, that I think financially people have to understand. I think they feel like things got taken away from them, but they're not seeing it as that's a good, solid financial decision for the company. And they're looking at it as, oh, I lost this, or I didn't make this level, so I'm losing this income. No. You're still, it's kind of reframing how some people are looking at money with within their business. And like I said, this could be way off base. I just thought that as a leader, we really have to be honest, talk to them about money and share with them some of the Tastefully Simples, what financially what they've done for us. It's been huge to me to know that they put $250,000 into a marketing campaign that generated $600,000 in sales. You know, how many of our leaders really understand that or know that? We know that because we were at the Diamond Retreat, but do our leaders know that? You know, I think because they don't tell us how many consultants there are, or we don't see reports on everybody's sales like we used to in the newsletter. I still think there's times that we need to share with them. Tastefully Simple is investing a lot in us. Yes, they took away Lead Strong, but
they can't
not
bitch
strong.
then next year when they get their tax papers and their income went up by all the cash they're getting. You know what I mean? They have to be prepared for that.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. There's so Jack does my taxes, obviously, and he's not a CPA or a tax accountant, but he said you really should not be showing a huge income on your Schedule C. He said if you're smart, you're utilizing that income to pay your internet and pay your things around the house. That truly is not, and I'm not saying deduct your house, and please, I'm not saying that, but
Health insurance. Like there's so many things on my spreadsheet my CPA gave me that I have to put on there every month so that I can whittle down some of the income. I mean, I have to show a profit. If you show a loss for 5 years, they don't consider it a job, they consider it a hobby, and then you really have financial problems. But
can I tell you, and I don't know about you, but I last year was, in 25 years, last year was the biggest profit I ever made with on paper or on taxes. And I think it was like 11,000. Yeah. Because I've been writing off my 401k that I've been paying to that's 5,000 or 6,000 straight out of my profit going into my retirement, my health insurance, our home internet, my cell phone, the new computers that I had to get. I pay the kid. I've been paying the kids since they were young. That was their college accounts, but that all adds up.
Yep.
That all adds up. So yeah, maybe cash flow wise, I brought in 30,000, but after I took everything down, I only showed a profit of 11,000, or whatever it is. I've never been where I had a 6-figure income, but it's still, I look at that and say, financially, it has strengthened my family in so many ways. The college paid, prepaid, that all of that. And that's just things I think we have to share more of.
Well, then you do Financial Friday in the group whenever you can get around to starting that, and give those tips. And as we, wrap up the end of the fiscal year and prepare for April 15th.
I mean, I just thought in part of the retreat, definitely there's no shame in talking about money. And some people only want to hear about the money when it's good. But let's talk about, some of the things that money is doing for us, that's strengthening us, that's not maybe in the cash flow. And view it not just as leaders.
That could be one of those koosh ball throwing moments that we talked about.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know if I responded, so please forgive me, but I'm more than happy to put money toward the room.
Okay.
And Kim and I both asked, and we were told if we put in the paperwork for our $1,000, and we have a speaker or someone come and we get that approved, I can use that money for all the leaders coming if we want to have someone come in.
Wow.
Funny that you say that, because I had my coaching call a couple of weeks ago with Becky Launder, and I said that there's a whole group of us business-minded leaders heading down to Tampa. And she says, oh my gosh, because she was just in Texas for something, and I think it was Lemongrass was having something there. And she hooked up with a whole bunch of Academy members who live in Texas. And she says, oh my gosh. And she goes, I would love to come and see all you guys. And she goes, whether it's on an official capacity or not. And I'm like, I'll mention it to the group.
Yeah, right.
So I bet if we said that we could, you know, if that put it toward cost of having her stop in or come in or whatever, I bet they would. I mean, they're not going to, I guess they do write me the check.
Yeah.
Because I've been reimbursed to me, but again, to me, to take that $1,000 where I benefit, but I'm actually investing it back into leaders, that is huge win-win. That's like bonus on bonus on bonus.
Yeah.
So
Keep that in our hip pocket, because I threw out the dates to her, and I said, I don't know, I'll talk to the girls. And I mean, I don't know if we are gonna have a speaker come in. I mean, I know we talked about the 4 pillars, book, sell, sponsor, lead as being 4 of the components that we want to hit. But yeah.
So that's kind of what I want to throw out. I do have to get in there. It looks like they're going to have me here. So
Better.
thank you guys. And yes,
Thanks for
send me
your
the
input.
recording.
Okay, and thanks for your input, Eileen. Those were good
Yeah.
points.
You guys have a great day.
You too. Feel better.
Bye.
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 All right.
So now do I do Bragg Flag Friday or no? Still, if she wants to do Financial Friday.
I think we can do both.
Okay.
I think we can go. She's
All right.
gonna stay for a couple of weeks, and we'll already be in our groove of, you know,
All right.
Yeah.
brag,
Flag Friday. It's a BFF. BFF.
What's your today? Oh my god.
BFF. Yeah.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna let y'all go because I have another appointment, but I'll talk to you all soon.
Bye.
Have
Bye.
a great meeting. See y'all.
Thanks, everybody.